work, I'm willing to teach you. Like, honestly, how many people you know make $100,000 a month are going to sit here and explain to you bullet point by bullet point and listen to your butt mess up 100 times, right? Okay, I'm willing to do that for you if you're willing to learn and what? Apply. Learn and apply by going out, and eventually you're going to get really great at this. And do you see, if you get really great at this, the process works, right? Process works if you follow it, okay? So I'm going to take you through the whole thing. Uninterrupted. Don't ask any questions. If you're recording, if you have something to record, I would record this. Okay? So now you got a personal December 31st, 2016 version of the KT. Okay? And then you're going to play it back. Okay? Then you're going to play it back. So tell me when you're ready. You ready, Jeremy? You got that back there? All right. So I'm going to use Mike and Val as my test couple. I'm going to use Val's sheet here so y'all can see. So I'm sitting with Mike and Val. I've done a little bit of form in their house, right? Okay, so I've sat down with them. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right from the back, the call reminder. So I'm going to say, all right, guys, so Mike, you remember when I called you last week, I told you I just got my finance licensing, and I wanted to pop by and show you and Val what I was doing, and if you or somebody you guys knew could use what I was doing, at least you'd know enough that you feel comfortable affirming me, right? Remember that, right? So yep. I really do appreciate you guys making a little bit of time. I know your time is valuable, and I want to be respectful of it. And so what I'd love to do is I would love to just share with you for a couple of minutes about what we're doing and how we're helping people, and see, you know, if it may benefit you or somebody you know. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Awesome, very good. So the company that I'm working with is a company called Primerica. I don't know if you've ever heard of Primerica, if you know much about what we do.
Yeah, no,
not much.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Okay.
Kind of sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
not really.
Okay.
No.
And so that's totally normal, okay, because we work by referral, so we don't advertise at all. So really the only way you would have heard of us would be if you knew somebody that was working with us. But I'm sure you've heard of a company called Citigroup, Citibank, Citi Mortgage, Citi Financial, Citi Card, right? Okay. So for 20 years, we were Citi's advisors, okay? So big company. We actually broke off about 6 years ago, went on our own, but totally normal. So in Primerica, we really have two jobs, okay? So our first job is, what we do is we help to educate clients on how money works. And so I'm just gonna share this with you guys. But basically what we do is we teach people how money works, and we show them ways to do things like get out of debt faster. We help them to save money on things like taxes, insurance, help them to free up some money to actually save for things like saving for retirement, sending their kids to school, maybe starting a business. And how we do that, guys, is we do that through something called a financial needs analysis, or an FNA, okay? And what the FNA is really a written plan that shows people where they are, helps them to figure out where they want to be, and then teaches them to get from where they are to where they want to be, maybe more efficiently, okay? So best way to think about it is kind of like maybe a financial GPS. So think about it like this. If you guys are going to take a road trip from here to LA, you'd probably put it in Google Maps, right, okay? Or if you're old school, you take a Rand McNally, but you wouldn't just start driving west, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Probably get lost or take longer.
Yeah, right. You could maybe get there.
I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but pretty sure you wouldn't get there as fast as you could, right? So everybody kind of understands if you're going to take a trip that you have a map, a plan to get there, right? So common sense when it comes to a 3-day road trip. Ironically, many people don't use that same logic when it comes to their finances and having a financial roadmap. Really what they're doing is they're just trying to do the best they can with what they have and what they've been taught, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So guys, out of curiosity, do you guys have a written plan that shows you these sorts of things? Or are you kind of like most people right now, you're just trying to do the best you can with what you have?
Just trying to do the best that we can.
Yeah, just do the best we can.
Yeah, that's totally normal. It's most people. So obviously, if you could have a plan, having a plan would be better than not having a plan, right? You'd agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay, just like having a map, right? Okay, having a map better than not having a map. So here's what I would like to do for you guys. I would like to set a time to get back together sometime in the next week and to take you through doing a financial needs analysis and actually giving you guys a plan. So the average financial planner charges about $1,100 to do a plan that makes specific recommendations. Not like, hey, spend less, save more, right? We all know that, but do this, do this, do this. We charge a price nobody bickers about. We charge free, okay? So because we charge free, we do ask for 2 things in return. So I'm gonna ask you for 2 things in return for doing it for free. Number 1 is, when I come back and I do put together this plan for you, and you can look at me at your kitchen table and you can say, Ian, this was really good. This was totally worth doing. Great information. I'm gonna ask Mike and Val that you guys would be willing and able to refer me to 5 to 10 people that are married, have children, have a home, and have an income that may benefit from some of the same free information that you found value in, okay? Now, when I come back, if you're like, hey, you know what, Ian, I already knew all this, you were really pushy, your breath smelled bad, whatever, okay, I wouldn't ask you for the referrals. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, good. So you guys are both good with that?
Mhm.
Okay. The second thing that I'm gonna ask is that when I come back and I put a plan together for you that does get you out of debt faster, it does better protect your family, and it does help you save more, or at least more efficiently than you're saving now, and it costs you the same or less per month than you are paying now to do these things, I'm gonna ask that you would go forward with the recommendations and the improvements that I found for you. Okay, now if when I come back, it's not better, it's more expensive, it doesn't make any sense, I will not ask you to make any switches. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so you
fair.
guys are good with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what I'd like to do then, guys, let's get out our phones real quick, and I'd like to set a time for the next week that we can get back together, okay? And so what we're gonna need is about 60 to 90 minutes, and I'm gonna give you a list of some stuff I'm gonna need you to get. Don't worry, most of it you know off the top of your head, okay? So if you can't find something, it's not the end of the world. So let's set a time. So we go through and set a time.
Yeah,
So we
next
got
week this time probably. we get-
Thursday at 7:30. All right, so we got Thursday at 7:30. And so I'm gonna give you a list before I leave of what I need, but a couple of things I would like to pick up from you today and either take with me or maybe just have a brief discussion on is, number 1, things you have from like previous employers in terms of retirement accounts, like old 401ks, IRAs, anything like that, inheritance, something that's sitting there. You guys have anything like that out there or not really?
No, not really.
Okay, no problem. So we'll look at talking about that a little bit down the road. The second thing that I do want to take a look at tonight, just really briefly, is what you guys have set up for your life insurance. Now, obviously, you do have some life insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have?
We have something with State Farm.
Okay, great. So, but you're not really sure what it is?
No.
No, we got it years ago.
Okay, awesome, very good. So, do you mind if I ask you just a couple of questions about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to ask them to try to get them to get the policy. I'm going to go through the process, right, of it's either term or it's whole life. I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to A diagram. I'm going to close. So I've closed the app, right? Now I'm going to remind them. So we've got Thursday at 7:30, right? I'm really excited to get back together, go through this with you guys. Just like we showed you an improvement with the insurance, there's going to be a lot of other improvements. So I'm really excited to do that with you guys. So we've got Thursday at 7:30. I'm going to leave you this list of things that I need you to compile. One last thing I do just want to mention very briefly. Remember at the beginning I told you we had 2 jobs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the first was financial education. I'm sure you've seen some value even in what we've done so far. The second job that we have, Mike and Val, is we're recruiting agents on a part-time basis. And we can take this information, share it with people they know, and make a great part-time, maybe even a full-time income. So I'd be remiss to not at least ask you, but on a scale of 1 to 10, based on what you've seen so far, a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I hate helping people. I also hate making money. This would not be for me, okay? 10 being, if I could make a couple thousand a month on the side, I'd be very, very interested. Based on what you've seen so far, where do you put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I like
20.
7.
Okay, so high, maybe not so much. Okay, so Val, tell me what interests you most about this. And then I'm just gonna start that recruiting conversation. If it's high, 8, 9, 10, if I can get her to open up enough, I might get the IBA right then. If not, say, listen, I want you to write down your questions because you're gonna have some. but I do want to talk with you further about this because this may be something that would be a good fit for you, okay? Great, so we'll talk more next Thursday at 7:30. Start writing a little list down, if you would, before I leave, or between now and when we come back, of people that might benefit from something like this, okay? And so lastly, before I leave, I just want to tell you, you guys are making such a great choice to put a plan in place. You're so much further ahead than all of your peers. And they're not thinking about stuff like this. And 30 years from now and 40 years from now, they're going to envy you guys so much because you've done the right thing. So you're doing a great thing. Very, very smart. Okay, so good job. I'm excited to see you guys next Thursday. Good? Awesome. All right, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for having me. All right. So that's it. So notice I put a little English on the cue ball there at the very end, right? And I post-close them on going forward with the F&A. Because guess what? They're going to talk to some harebrained bozo at their work. It's like, why do you don't need to do that stuff, right? So that's what poor people do, right? They take financial advice from other poor people. So I'm helping them. I'm putting up a wall. You're so much smarter than these people. Way to go. So when they're like, no, right? He's thinking, I'm way smarter than you, right? So that way, he keeps his F&A appointment, right? Everybody following that? Okay, so we actually do not have time probably for you to get through this even once back and forth. Okay, so two things. Number one, did anybody time that?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10-minute presentation, plus another 10 probably to go through the app and another 10 to close the app, take the app. So you're at 30 minutes. In and out, maybe an hour tops if you got somebody asking you a lot of questions, etc. Right? But it shouldn't take long. If you're on 2-hour KTs, pray for the souls of the people you're presenting to, right? Because it's wrong. Okay, so last thing then, here's what I need you to do. Okay, here's what I need you to do. I need you to give this presentation to yourself on a recording today, and I want you to email it to me. So my email is pruknerpfs@gmail.com. pruknerpfs@gmail.com. Do it. Don't not do it. Do it. Put it all together. Okay, and you need to be practicing this. Okay? The second thing is I want you to take what you've learned today and you need to set a few appointments, a few kitchen tables today. Okay? So what I always like to do with people that come to these things, say, look, a minimum of 2. Right? Set a minimum of 2 visits today, right? Between preferably now and like 2 o'clock, right? While you're focused and you're excited. If you set more, set more. You want to set 5? God bless you, right? Why don't you start 2017 right and strong? But today is literally the last day of the year, right? So what you do today is setting you up for when? Tomorrow. What you do this year is setting you up for next year. So don't relax. Year end is not a time to relax. Year end is a time to focus and to go into beast mode to start a new year strong, right? I'm excited to have a great 2017. Are you excited to have a great 2017?
Yeah.
Then act today. Act today. Minimum 2, right? Everybody sets a minimum of 2, but if you want to go for 5 or 10 or 15 set, go for it. Get it done. The more the merrier. So you have 2 homeworks, right? Homework 1, record it, email it to me. Homework 2 is you set a minimum of 2 appointments, right? Now listen, what if you call 8 people and nobody answers? Then call some more people, right? Okay, get it done. Listen, success is a lot like wrestling a gorilla. You stop when the gorilla's tired, not when you're tired, okay? Because if you stop when you're tired, the gorilla will rip you apart, okay? And that's the same way of success. You don't stop when you tried, you stop when it's done, right? Even if you have to try a little more. Right? Does this make sense? Okay? So let's finish strong. It is reset day for Dinner with the Winners. So one app today gets you reset to winning with 3 days left. Okay? So Dinner with the Winners, listen, you are a combination of the people you hang out with and the books you read. End of the story. So listen, Dinner with the Winners that's like a big socioeconomic upstart from where you are right now, okay, to get around that group of people. So make that jump, get there, work hard today. Hey, listen, no stone left unturned. If you want to make something happen bad enough, I bet you could make something happen today. Hunt it down. If you got to make 30, 40, 50 calls, do it because you are what? Relentless. That is our team name, and we didn't get that name by relenting. Right? Okay, we got it by not relenting and finishing the job, whatever it takes, right? So whatever it takes, as long as it takes, let's focus. We got a big year ahead of us. We got a big convention ahead. If you have not registered for Super Saturday Builders School or the convention, there are things on there are registrations on the front desk. Get them registered, drop them in the box, do it now, right? That's a great motto for you, isn't it? Do it now. Well, I want to set some appointments. Do it now. I want to tell my wife I love her. Do it now. I want to show my kids they're important to me. Do it now. I want to set some more appointments. Do it now. I want to get a reset for dinner with the winners. Do it now. I want to get registered for that indie thing. Do it now, right? If we just got that as our personal motto, imagine how great our life would be, right? If we did the things we wanted to do, we said we were going to do, we do it now. So let's do it now, right? All right, guys, thanks for coming. Hey, if you're coming up to my house,